I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hey, everybody. Random hangout time. I got so excited, Rhonda, that I didn't do the screen share just right.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Eva Taylor here from DIY. And I'm here with Rhonda Wall. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi.
Rhonda Wall, VA Village. Get ready for our cooking show. What are we calling this again?
This is Recipe Wednesday, and it's all Crockpot style. It's throw it all in, easy peasy stuff that you can do at home to have your favorite delights that you don't want to go out for or can't find out. Oh, and we're going to show you some Crockpot style easy stuff for your business as well. So you can put your business kind of in the crock pot and let it simmer for the day, and it's done at the end of the day.
I love that. You know, my favorite things of DIY marketers is taking things that are fabulous looking and delicious marketing stuff and making it affordable and easy. So that is the theme of my recipe today.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. So one of the things, you guys, is we have very volatile ingredients happening right now as we speak. I'm in my kitchen here in sunny Cleveland, Ohio. Rhonda's in her kitchen in sunny Randleman. Okay, Rhonda.
I'm in Randleman, and you're in Medina.
Medina. That's how we say it here in the Midwest. Okay, so we have volatile ingredients, and we want to get this party started. So, Rhonda, you want to start? I think we're going to need your beverage to eat with my food. So why don't you start?
Probably so. Okay, that will be fine. That's what we'll do. So here we go. What I'm making for you guys today is going to be my mock Starbucks Frappuccino. Okay, so this is what I do. I just throw it all in and blend it up. Just show you what I'll put in it, and it really does like Starbucks. I can get it in the bag, and I just make it in my little coffee maker. So you put a half a cup of coffee in the blender, a spoon of Splenda. You can put however sweet you like it, or you can use sugar too. Then I use the Hershey's caramel syrup, and I put about like 3 squirts of that in there. I like a lot of caramel. More caramel than chocolate for me. And then I use chocolate syrup, and I put 1 good squirt of that in there. Then what I do is I put a half a cup of half and half, and you can use regular milk too. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. I like the half and half because it's here.
Can we use
that's basically the basic ingredient. Yeah.
Can we use heavy cream for those of us that like it fat enhanced, or is that going to mess it up?
No, you can use heavy cream, or you can just, I use half and half, which is good and creamy for me, but not too creamy. You can use regular milk, whole milk, skim milk, whatever kind of milk you want to use is fine. And then I put about 2 cups of ice in there. So I'm going to put that in there. That's my volatile. We'll take it for just a second. So I just blend it on mix. And I have a really good blender that crushes ice very well. You better behave today. Okay, that's it. Once like all the crunchy, chunky sound goes away, then I know all my ice is blended up. And then I pour it in my Starbucks cup. You see it's all like a little coffee smoothie here. And then usually what I'll do, I don't have it out, but usually I'll take the little spray whipped cream and put that on there and drizzle some syrup on top of that too. That makes it just like Starbucks. You can do that or not do it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, it's delicious.
Yum, yum.
So good. Very, very, very close to Starbucks. I'm telling you, very close.
Awesome. I love that. All right, so it's my turn, and I'm going to switch my camera over. Well, maybe before I do that, let me do it this way. Okay, so I have to do a couple things. I have to do that. See, that's the fryer over there. That's my volatile ingredients. I'll be frying up some donuts, and you're going to have to look at it from afar. First thing I want to do is, while I'm here, I know you cannot see me, but I want to show you some things. I'm using regular Pillsbury crescent rolls. I tried to give myself a break by peeling this, and it popped right open. So you pull this out, and now I'm going to switch cameras for you so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Mine might be a little bit longer than Rhonda's, but she wanted cronuts. You guys know that we are suckers for cronuts, right? Well, Rhonda found a recipe online. I found a recipe online. I'm going to show you how to do it now. All you do is pull this out, and there's some like really awesome videos on this. I don't think that mine is like the best, but I'm just going to show you how it's done here live. So I put some flour in the bottom, and you open it up, and you want to pinch all these triangles closed the best you can. You want to pinch them closed. Then I flip it over, and I'm going to use some of this flour over here. Oh, I didn't pinch that one closed very well. I told you mine was not as other videos that these other professional people were doing.
It's easier to play with too if it's cold.
Yes, and I've patched it out a little bit. Okay, you kind of do this thing with it, roll it out a bit, and remember, it is all about the layers. It's all about the delicious, buttery layers. So I'm going to roll this out a little bit. Okay, now if you really want them flaky, you'll do what I'm doing, since I really want them flaky. Now, you know, you can do interesting things with this. Again, just like Rhonda's, you can make it your own. I'm going to do the speedy version here. Now, because I'm not a baking person, I'm using this kind of a cup glass here, and I'm going to cut it out. Oh, I'm going to put some flour in it because it doesn't have another end, and I don't want it to. So I'm going to cut this up. Wow. There we go. Then we are drinkers.
I use a biscuit cup.
So I got a shot glass. I don't have
that's a good
because I don't bake.
Yeah, I use a soda bottle cap,
right?
But I like the shot glass. You make a bigger hole. That's nice.
So now we got this puppy and this puppy. I'm only going to make one because of time here, but I will say that I reuse everything. Rhonda and I talked about this. The next thing I'm going to do is head over to the fryer.
Yes, we'll have cronut holes. Yum, yum.
Cronut holes, right? So you're going to want chopsticks. Chopsticks are what you need. And I don't know how this is going to do since I've got. Oh, look, it's still frying up. Nice. All right, so then I'm going to use my little chopsticks. And I swear to God, people, they're only in here for like a minute at the most, 30 seconds on each side. So you kind of want to warm and flip them over. Oh my God, I think these are going to be even more delicious than those. But the only problem is this oil.
I can tell you in a southern kitchen, we have a fryer on our countertop at all times. The donut hole is getting very puffy.
Okay, with a fire going on here.
Don't catch them on fire.
I promised the people that I could possibly explode in. Okay, they're getting very fluffy. You want to get that oil temperature up to 350, and a really great way to test that oil temperature is to like take off a piece of dough and just throw it in there. And that's going to
throw a match in there and see if it lights.
Ha 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 ha. Oh my God. This one is even better than the ones I made this morning. It's just that I really have to watch you guys. Oh, they're getting delicious and
There to
brown.
eat those cronuts. I really do.
I know. I wish you were here, sweetie pie.
We
Oh
should have
my
made
God, the
them when
donut
I
hole
came
just.
before.
Well, we thought we were gonna find them ready-made.
I know, but we
Okay,
never
it's all,
did.
we never did their. Oh, I just gotta do these a little bit more. I'm flipping
What do
them,
you
as
put
you
on
can
them when
see.
you're done?
I'm gonna use cinnamon sugar because that's my favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
But
That's what I use.
you can use anything you want, and a lot of people, and you'll see when I pull these out, you'll see that they get very fluffy and puffy, and they separate. And so people oftentimes like to put a filling inside.
Yeah, I've
Which they
seen that on
absolutely.
the videos. I've seen people putting like cream inside and strawberry or fruit or whatever. I haven't tried that, but it looks really good.
Oh, they're almost done. So there's another thing, another tool I have, since I have a donut hole, I also have this like little thing, or you could use a spider. I have a spider too. I have a spider. You can use a spider to pull it out. I can be like all professional about it.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna.
this is a fun fact. Martin tells us that Crescent is a bike brand in Sweden. That's interesting.
All right, I got it. And the way to pull them out is by using your little chopstick. Do you see me doing this? Okay, so now you want to put them up here, and right away I'm just going to fill them with cinnamon sugar. Now, I will tell you, they are crazy hot right now, but I do have some that I did earlier. Here they are. Here's my little donut hole. Here you go, sweetie pie. Open your mouth.
Yum, yum,
Yum.
yum, 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 yum. Oh, man, they're so good. Okay, so Martin is asking, how do you make them with filling? And I guess what you could do, even if it's got her mouth full, so I'll tell you.
You see right here? Can you
Saying
see the
that
little
you
separation?
decorate cakes with. Yeah, and just squeeze the filling in between there. So you can do that with like the little baker's squeezy thing. I don't know what you call it. We're not bakers, but you know what I'm talking about. The little filling squeezing thing that you can decorate cakes with. You could use something like that and squeeze some filling in there, whatever you like. Martin also asked what I was making. What I made was a mock-up of the Starbucks Frappuccino. So I made the caramel Frappuccino, and I added the little mocha. So that's what I was making, if you couldn't hear me. And Miss Eva is making me so jealous by eating the cronuts. I'm going to have to run out and get all the stuff to make that. That's what I'll be making this afternoon. That is so awesome.
They honestly, you have to make them and eat them, right? Because they're like crazy, heavenly, super hot like they are right now.
Exactly.
Okay, but Ron, now, why don't we did awesome on time, but let's talk a little bit about why we decided to do this, and maybe we can then share some of our tips for our viewers.
Right, exactly. So what we decided was we were talking about some of our recipes that we do, and then we thought, you know what, we ought to share our recipes, which we did, and also give some of our recipes or tips for doing things quickly and easily, and you know, things that look more complicated and elaborate, finding easy ways to do those. And so we want to share with you guys how to do that kind of stuff for your business as well. So we've each got some tips for you that's going to help you in your business, and some things that we do to make business a little easier for us. So since I made my Frappuccino first, I'll let Miss Eva go first on sharing her tip.
Oh, and you know what? In this case, I think my tip is going to help everyone do your tip, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, this is 5 powerful questions. I'm going to say them here on the video. I will write them in the comments. If you have a pen and pencil, you want to write them down. Okay, so you know how they make commercials and explainer videos and things that you pay tons and tons and tons of money for? I'm going to give you the 5 questions, and from this point forward, when you watch a commercial, when you watch anything, watch and listen for these 5 questions and see how they answer them, okay? So this is how you build a marketing message, DIY marketer style, all right? I do want to say these 5 questions have been handed down from a variety of different experts, so I'm not going to claim ownership. I'll tell you that right now. I might have tweaked a few things to make them my own, but I just want to be really clear about that. Okay, now, question number 1 that you really, really want to get clear is who is the audience that you're talking to, right? We're not going to get into profiles and avatars and all other kind of stuff, but you definitely want to have a very clear idea of which person you're talking to, and if you can, get it down to like one person that you can envision in your head and, you know, kind of describe them, okay? Question number 2, what is the problem that they are trying to solve? Perhaps what they're doing is they're trying to, let's say the problem is that they have to plant a tree and they need to dig a hole, something like that. What is the problem that they're trying to solve? Question number 3 is really, really important. What is their perceived notion about how this problem is solved? How do they think that they have to solve this problem? How do they think they solve this problem today? One might be, if we're going to dig a hole, I can hire someone and pay them lots of money. I can go rent a hoe, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, rent a hoe.
A hoe.
That might be a website, rentahoe.com. I can go to rentahoe.com.
You know, you can rent something, right? You can get a shovel and do it yourself, right? So these are all the perceived notions of how the problem is solved, right? And the next thing is, how does the industry say that this problem is solved? How does everyone think that this problem is solved? What do they believe about how this problem is solved, right? And the last question is, how do you believe this problem is solved? And this is really important because this actually identifies what sets you apart from anyone else. And once you've got these 5 questions answered, now you can start creating a marketing message sentence, right? So if you go to DIYmarketers.com and you watch the video that's there, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. If you watch that video, you're absolutely going to see this outline in action, right? So that is my super tip on how to create a marketing message, super fast, super easy. Yeah, you're going to have to think about it a little bit, but other than that, I think you're going to have a lot of success with it. So give that a try. Rhonda, it's all you.
Yes, and that tip works wonders because even I use that tip to help me with my own branding and my own marketing message. And my southern charm just come right out. It just fell right out of my mouth. So, but it took us like 30 minutes, honestly, to kind of drill down to what my marketing message was going to be. So that is like super easy, like 30-minute meal kind of thing, 30-minute meal marketing message. So it really does work. Go to DIYmarketers.com. There's a video there that explains it all a lot better too. So we have, I wanted to share something with you right quick. So we had a question about how to fill those cronuts. So we have an answer to that. This is a really good tip. I've heard this before and I couldn't think of it. So you can cut off the corner of a plastic bag and pipe the filling from that. Very good. And it's called a pastry bag. So that's what I was trying to think of. So there's how in there. I believe it was Martin that asked that. So that's great. And then Martin also wanted to know, rent a what?
Rent a
awesome.
Couple. But I think the more pertinent question that Martin is this one that says, is this the USP? And that's a great question, Martin. In some ways it is a USP, a unique selling proposition is what he's referring to. In some ways it is, but
Right.
it's much more of, and I really want to lead into what Rhonda's going to talk about, it's much more of a way of creating your own brand and message, so when you're interacting with people, that people know what you stand for, that people understand exactly what they're going to get when they work with you, right? So it's you know, and that's what I like about this, because this type of a marketing message platform, once you've done that, it's actually part of what I call the mother sauce, right? Another cooking reference. You know, you could have a white sauce or a red sauce, and then from those two mother sauces, you can make thousands and thousands of other sauces, and that is exactly what this outline is that I've given you. From that marketing message, you can develop taglines, you can develop products, you can develop, I use this outline for everything over and over again. So it's just so versatile, right? And this outline, it may be in the tip that you're going to share with us, right? Because you have a very specific way of doing certain things and reasons for doing them that way.
Right, exactly. So what I'm going to share with you guys is a tool that I like to use. And right now, a lot of people are thinking about curation and being relevant, and also branding yourself in a certain area, in a certain niche, and being kind of a go-to person for certain things. So this tool that I use, I love because it makes it easy for me to share information that my audience is going to be interested in without me spending a lot of time and going and searching for it all over the place. So let me get my screen share up here. Do what?
You broke up. You broke up. What is the tool that you use again?
I haven't told you yet.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry, you broke up enough.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, the tool that I use is called Clout, and it's clout.com. And Clout I like a lot for a lot of clout.com. Yeah. So Clout, what you can do is basically you can create these, you can curate these different messages and blog posts and articles and things like that from topics that you want to create. You can add topics in whatever you want, but I've already added mine, so you can see I have different things like consulting and e-commerce and freelance, getting things done, marketing, self-employment, small business, time management. These are the types of subjects that my audience is wanting to know more about. So then what I can do is I can go over to my overview, and I can, for that day, I can pull from different things. So say maybe I want to see some things that are on maybe branding. So I can look up, there'll be articles that'll come up. So here's 5 branding characteristics that connect with women. Okay, that's perfect for my audience because most of my clients are women entrepreneurs. So I'm going to use that one. So I would just click schedule, and I'll schedule that one like to go out tomorrow. And it also tells you like the best times to share and all of that too. So I'm going to actually, I'll share this today I don't have anything I'm sharing today. And then you can connect your accounts, your Google Plus, your LinkedIn, all of that. You can connect to it. I'm doing my Facebook and my Twitter right now. I have my other accounts connected as well. But then you would just schedule it. So you can do that. You can share with certain people based on Twitter and Google Plus. You can do that. And you can preview here too. And you can also add in like your 2 cents. So if you wanted to say something about it, you could type that in before you shared it. And then you just schedule that. So what I do is I use this usually about once or twice a week. I'll go in here and I'll schedule some good content to go out to my list or to my social media. This helps to keep my social media active and I'm sharing good things, and I'm sharing things that I know my audience will like. And you know, I'm managing everyone else's business, so I don't always have time to be constantly putting stuff in social media. So this going, and I have posts that are going up. Even if I didn't post that day, I have some good stuff that I'm offering my social media audience. And so you can click on here like to find more content. It's going to give you like a big list of stuff. So it goes on and on. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I want to find what I know my audience is going to be the most interested in. I'm not just going to throw out just anything. You want it to be really good content. You also want to check where it's coming from, because if it's something that you personally you don't get on board with, or it's from someone that you wouldn't want to be posting their stuff, you want to kind of check that. So make sure that you're watching that too, so that you're throwing stuff out there. You want it to be valuable and not just to fill up your social media. So make sure that you're using it that way too. And then I may choose like different topics or whatever that I'm going to look at, and then I may have to look at a few different topics to find something that for better responses. That's pretty interesting there. So I would probably check that out and go to the website and actually check it out. I want to see where it's coming from. See, there's the author of this. So I kind of want to see who it's coming from, maybe read through it and see what they're saying, see if I can get on board with that, and if that's something I want to share with my audience. But, that's pretty interesting, pretty intriguing to me to learn more about. So, and I also know that my audience would love that too. So that may be one that I share. I'll have to read through that one, but that one's pretty interesting. And it'll also give you people, it'll suggest people that you follow too. So you can kind of take care of some different social media aspects in here. And there's a lot of other things that this will do that I don't have time to go over, but I just wanted to show you the main point of it is that it really can help your social media and save you some time on social media and curating some really good content that your list will like.
Hey, we have a question, Rhonda. Albert
Yes.
Spalding asks, how safe is this?
How safe is it? I don't know what you mean by safe. I mean, like I said, I would check and see who it's coming from, that kind of thing. Check out the website before you post it. Read through the post. Make sure that it's stuff that you can get on board with and that supports what you're doing. If you're not sure about where it's coming from, then I would say don't post it. So,
not one thing.
But I've never had a problem. I've never had like a safety issue, or anyone say, oh, I clicked on this link and it was spam, or it did this or it did that. So I think it's pretty safe. But with everything, do your homework, look and see what you're posting, because it is representing you. So you want to take the time to do that. But really, it only takes like 30 minutes. You go through there. Maybe schedule some stuff out for the next 3 or 4 days. I wouldn't schedule it like way in advance, most things. Some things you can, it depends. Like if it's hot news topics, you want to schedule those within the next day or two, because it's going to become irrelevant. But if it's just like tips and things like that, you can schedule that way out. So
I want to say something about clout also. This feature that Rhonda's
safety,
talking
like
about,
with anything, I would check out what you're sharing.
right, and one thing that I do want to mention with Clout is this is a new feature from Clout. Clout has been around for a really long time. So Albert, if you're concerned about safety or credibility, Clout is super cool. And one of the things that Clout is known for, if you notice, when you create a Clout account, it will give you a Clout score. So basically what that is a shortcut to influence. The score runs from 0 to 100, and of course the higher your number, the more quote-unquote influential you are. And the way they measure influence is by like your social media activity. Do people engage with you? Do they retweet what you send out? Is there engagement? Do people pass along what you've put out there? And I think that what Rhonda's alluding to, I can't say for sure because their algorithm is also kind of secretive, but I would imagine that if you use the clout sharing, your clout score is going to go up because they're giving you really good content. And the content really does come from influencers already. So these are like the top 40, the top 50, the top 100 publications or individuals that you should be following. So that's kind of the other side of that.
Yeah, and that really helps. What you said about the influencers. That's something that really Google looks at, like on Google Plus. So it's a really good thing to be using for Google Plus as well, because when you're interacting with other influencers, sharing their information, they interact with you, Google Plus kind of puts you in kind of that same category with that influencer in that area. So that's going to help a lot with your SEO and people finding you and you becoming more of an influencer too in your space, in your industry. So that's something that's really important. So Martin says he has a 64 score at the moment. That's really good. I have a 40, so you're beating me, Martin, which I haven't been using Clout very long, but I'm loving it. So mine keeps going up, so that's a good sign, and that's something that you really want to, you know, they'll send you an email every once in a while to tell you your Clout score is going up and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of fun, and you can go over and kind of monitor and see how you're doing. So really helps me with my social media because I'm managing everybody else's stuff. I don't have time to really do a lot of good with mine, but I want to share good content with my audiences too, so it really helps me to do that. But Ivana kind of has a pet peeve about it. You want to tell us what your little pet peeve is about Clout?
Yeah, you know, I've alluded to it already in this conversation, and that is, it's actually back to Albert's question, and I understand that Clout has to make choices, and they're in the business of influence, and so one thing you need to be aware of is the content that they're giving you to share is very, very popular content, right? It's from other influencers, and sometimes it's from big corporations and big publications, and I, being Miss DIY Marketers, am a really big fan of shining spotlight on small business experts. I feel that there are so many intelligent, wonderful people and wonderful experts that will never show up on Clout. Like some of the folks we follow, some of the folks I follow on Twitter, some of the folks I follow on Google+. These people probably will not show up on Clout, and yet I find that the content that they share and the expertise they give is truly, truly usable and accessible for those of us that aren't running multi-million-dollar companies. So I happen to have a personal peeve about conversations that are about multi-million-dollar budgets and stuff none of us are really going to do. You know, so I like content that's much, much more accessible. So I don't use the Clout sharing thing very much.
Right, and I understand that, and that makes sense. And I totally agree with putting a smaller entrepreneurs and small business people, and I do that as well. So especially, you know, people in my industry, I see a great article they've done. I definitely share that on my social media as well. But like I said, one of the key things and one of the good things about sharing influencer information is, like on Google+, I know that part of their algorithm is that it does kind of brand you in that area too. So it does help you to do that. And by all means, you know, be sharing other people's stuff too in your same space as well. So I think that's a great idea as well. But I do see your point.
And Martin's made a comment here, Bing has incorporated Clout in the search results, and that's very true. There are, I guess Bing has, there was a time where other search engines had too, but you know who else did also? I think Hootsuite, and I don't know if they're still doing that or if they took that away. You know, there was a time where Clout was very, very popular, and I don't hear people talking about it quite as much anymore. So I'm really glad you brought it up because it is a great tool. And don't ignore a Clout score because, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's there. It definitely, if you have to choose to work with someone or if someone has contacted you, and or if somebody, you know, if you're kind of doing research on someone and you see that they're a social media expert and their clout score is like 25, that should tell you something, right?
Right,
So
exactly.
it's important, okay? So if you're in the business of social media and that type of thing, you definitely want to pay attention to your clout score.
I totally agree. I totally agree. So
Okay.
we've kind of used our 30 minutes here, and these are great questions. We love that you guys come and that you ask questions. We love to share this stuff. We love to do silly things like make cronuts and frappuccinos for you guys so that it's not all business.
This is the fresh one.
We've really enjoyed it. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. You have got to put those things away.
Aren't
Mom,
they
and quit
so
eating
good?
those in front of me. That's very, very rude.
I'm sorry, but it's so good. Just
okay,
like,
now
just
go.
like the Hangout.
You're going to have to
It's
mail
so
me
good.
one. Now that you've shared your
Just
secret
like,
recipe, I can make my own.
I know
And
you're the one who started it.
Okay, now if you guys make one of our recipes, if one of you guys make the frappuccino or you make the cronuts, then come back and post your picture here. Or post it in the community. Don't forget we have a random community. So come over and join the community, and you can see all of our other random hangouts in one place. And you can post your pictures, too, of your cronuts or your frappuccino that you made from our recipes. So do that as well.
You have a Google appearance coming up that you were going to tell us about.
Let me tell you, on Friday night, and I'll give you guys the link, too, in the comments, but on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be a guest contestant on the Plus Word Hangout. It's a game show hangout, and I know you guys have seen like the old game shows on TV and all that. It's a lot of fun. We just get together, we hang out, we play like these game shows, and the one that we're doing on Friday is Plus Word. They've asked me to be a guest contestant this Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll give you guys the link so you can join me and come see me play. Can't guarantee you I'll win, but we'll have a lot of fun. So if you don't have anything to do on a Friday night like me other than geek out and play game shows, then come over there and join me because it's a lot of fun. It's a really good crowd, and you'll have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Good luck with that. I don't think I could play Plus Word. I'm not very good at it. All right, so until next week, Ivana Taylor from DIY Marketers, Rhonda Wall from VA Village, saying
bye. Thank you guys for joining us.
I'm eating another cronut.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh my gosh, so good.
This is not even fair. You're making me mad.
That's what you get.
La 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 la.